Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Mario, and I'm Luigi here. We're back from the Maxi Toys. Welcome back to the last play of Rio for the Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii. So last time we did Rio Streets and Reverall, I think that's what the place is actually called. And today, for this episode, we're about to be exploring the Smuggler's room, or Smuggler's house, seems like it, because since during the movie that one of the nastiest birds, known as Nigel, trying to capture both Blue and Joel simultaneously, all just together combined. Which that's why how they actually got in. They first met in during that bird's place, whatever that was. So the first minigame we're going to be hit off to in this stage, and that was Bird Bounce. And this is what I was talking about, Luigi, since the last episode. Yeah, you know those birds right there that was usually on the center? That this minigame is almost exactly similar to Bob Arms Away from Mario Party 8 with 1 vs 3 category. You know, like the same little concept altogether. I guess you're right though, Mario. But except that it's only just in the free roll, and the minigame itself, as far as comparing to Truck Trap, it's basically the same objective. Like basically, the one with the most seconds will be the winner, and then whilst someone just managed to actually. Make it all the way to the bottom, walk in the bottom part for like a long period of time. If you do that, then you probably get like 30 seconds points bonus. So yeah, overall self-explanatory. It's just you have to watch out for the some multi-ball colored balls or what have you. And this is why you actually not seen this animation before if you actually did survive from all that. Yeah, because I remember that Brown, Teddy, and Duffy used to play this minigame. They've never encountered that animation. Yeah, certainly seems like it, but again, that video has been removed because, you know, that older version of the playthrough is gone. But right now, that we actually, me and Luigi are about to be doing this remake Let's Play of this game, so that the quality itself is now in total HD and 1080p. Which will be spectacular, as far as you guys already know, on Sonic Generations parts 4 through Extra. Yeah, as far as I already know that already, and that's not to mention Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, aka Sonic 3D Blast, being played on Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. So yeah, just to let you guys know that. But yeah, that was Bird Bounce. Pretty simple. It does remind me of Bob Arms Away from Mario Party 8, and we passed the new record from Linda, which used to be a human's name. Alright, Barrel High. Collect fruits to score points. When Nigel appears at the doorway, quickly hide inside a barrel to bank your points. If you didn't get into the barrel before the Nigel spots you, you'll lose all of your unbanked points. The player with the most banked points when the time runs out is the winner. So it's basically like musical chairs, but it feels very similar in terms of how objective worked. But once you collect those fruits, you quickly hide into certain things, and then once you have to actually be very quick until when Nigel shows up, until he's trying to do some stupidest things to you.
Birds got brains.
Yeah, whilst these little barrels has been shining up, that means it's your chance to hide in. So thankfully though, you don't have to worry about the some little monkeys. They're always trying to sneak in you while if you actually trying to hide into things. Like usually those barrels doesn't go anywhere, so instead they just stay there and stay in the actual spot. Ah, great! We actually got that musical. We actually got distracted by that music. Oh, please, 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 please! Whew, that was close. Okay then. So Yeah, because the two things that we're just gonna discuss is that, I guess that, that we, recently, last night, or recently, today, that we actually saw a next movie that we did see today. And, it was, Pixels. And, if I have to, let's say, I have to brutally honest with you guys, that I do not like Pixels at all, because although the writing is pretty dang horrible, like, there are times there was like action-based scenes which I do adore, but sometimes you just oftentimes gonna get into that little conversation in some scenes, which the only good thing about the film though is there was like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man as a cameo appearances. I really like how it's all in 3D onto like 8-bit Pac-Man, especially Donkey Kong for the Donkey Kong arcades. Okay, Survivor. The Marmosets are in the peripheral and chase after you. If you're in the last to be caught when you win a point, the first player to score 2 points is the winner. So anyway, for Pixels, I think that the story itself looks a bit mishmashed, like it just feels disorienting and thus it's like confusionist to me. I mean, it's not confusionist or anything, it's just really I don't know what do I describe for. Yeah, I don't know if he actually got a Mario Bros as the arcade's cameo, but at least in the it does have Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, which I really do like about that. There's one thing I do like about the film. But everything else though doesn't seem to be pretty right with me. Like, let's start with small stuff. The story is pretty shallow in comparison between the other films or video game movies. And secondly, oh, we actually got the achievement. Superpowers! Yeah, basically collect every single item throughout. Yeah, I think this is how you can get. Yeah, I apologize for that little pausing screen. That's how the pause screen actually works out. Anyway, thirdly, the character development doesn't seem to actually mesh well for me. And thus not to mention that, even though I do like some of the action sequence, but you know, sometimes that it just feels like pace breaker, like not too longer action sequence. Because if it does have fully action sequence, then I really hope that I really decide to like this film, but sadly it just disappointed me. Like, at first glance, remember when I first saw this little preview of that little image of Pixels, I was like, oh cool, this should be interesting. But sadly, when the actual film came out in the theaters, that a lot of people seem to think this is pretty disappointing, which that's pretty sad. Yeah, I will agree that I much prefer watching Wreck-It Ralph from that matter, because that Wreck-It Ralph film was the best. Yeah, especially how it has Bowser as a cameo, including Dr. Eggman, or even Sonic the Hedgehog. Unfortunately, there's no me for some reason. Apparently, Fixit Felix did mention your name, Mario. Yeah, I guess you're probably right there, Luigi. Anyways, that's it for Smuggler's house.
You here again? I got stuck babysitting you.
And, or in this case, warehouse even. And we got 2 achievements, which is pretty surprising. By playing all sorts of minigames in that stage, as well as coming first on those types of minigames. But there's only one minigame we've not played through, but we'll get to the extra video. So the next level we hit off to is probably the Corcovado, I think that's what it's called. It looks pretty beautiful view on that Rio's island. Yeah. Okay, Marmoset's bowling. Bowl over as many Marmosets as you can. And to rack up points, each bowl or more Marmosets will actually boost your points multiplier. Be careful because if you bowl and miss, and you will lose your points multiplier. If you hit the Morito for a big points bonus, and the player with the most points when the time runs out is the winner. Yeah, you see that environment right there at the distance there? That's actually really sweet. Yeah, especially if you play this on the Xbox 360, because, you know, my only problem with the Wii version of this game is just it feels a bit not so HD, but it does look a bit pale by comparison, but it all seems pretty nice though on the Wii version, but honestly, I think the Xbox 360 version is pretty gorgeous. Speaking of such, Luigi, the reason why we decided to do this Let's Play is because next year that, me and Sonic, well, not for, the video game version of Mario and Sonic are about to be taking a part of the Olympic Games in Rio in 2016 in both the Wii U and 3DS. Am I going to be involved in this, Mario? Yes, of course you are. Oh, yes. Even then, the arcade version did already reviewed on Japan, according to actually get a look on Sonic Wikipedia, but at least it doesn't have the official release date on that yet on Japan. But I'm mostly hyped for the Wii U version and mainly the 3DS version because it did bring up some new characters into the table. Like, you know, Nabbit, Diddy Kong, and Jet the Hawk, and Rouge the Bat, which I'm actually really surprised that those two rivals specifically are now playable, unlike, you know, Winter Games, London Olympics 2012, or even Sochi Winter Olympics. So, yeah, I'm really glad to actually let them just join in the good side, at least. So yeah, that was Marmoset bowling. Basically, the whole premise with this. Oh, we actually beat Peridor's record. Yeah, pretty cool actually. Alright, Music Mayhem. Play along with the band by hitting notes as they pass through your target area. The closer you are into a target when you hit them, the more points you get. The notes in a row will get more points. The player with the most points at the end is the winner. So you use the two analog sticks for like the left analog stick and heck even the right analog stick. And we actually got another achievement too, High Flyer. Oh gee, I wonder what that achievement is going involved. I think probably it's because we actually played all of these types of minigames in this stage. But hey. Now this minigame is very similar to which minigame is exactly involved in there? Oh yes, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 from the music minigames, as well as Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party. Like you see those little two pads right there. It almost is identical to the ones in Rayman Raving Rabbids series on the Nintendo Wii. And I'm not sure if it's just me, but it's almost kind of similar to Rock Band. Seems like it, and also Guitar Hero kind of prototype. Except it's a kid's version of it, obviously, because you don't have to deal with the 4 colored base pads, but instead you just have to deal with 2. And also there was feel kind of similar to which ones exactly I was gonna think of. Oh yeah, the Toad's Bandstand and Mario Bandstand. I might be mistaken, but oh well. We almost at 8,000 points. We almost we're about like 4 points, 6 points off from that regard. But we did beat our previous record though. Now onto the last minigame in this stage, Why Fly? As you glide, you slowly lose weight, height even. Fly over the swirling terminals to get a weight boost. glide as long as you can by flying over as many terminals as possible. The last player flying wins. Now, to be honest with you, I actually did not like this minigames, mostly because sometimes these computer points always gets right near to the swirl part, and I can never seem to actually get it to get it towards the the twirl parts, and thus not to mention the flying counter right there on the top, it usually happens in every single corners. It decreases one really fast. Like, you just have to be really fast when you're actually trying to recover your flying, and that's why I'm not very good at this minigame. And not to mention, you can't actually speed up, but instead you just have to go like somewhat slowly for the most part. But usually it's often sometimes that, well, I actually occasionally miss these little 12-plane parts because, you know, the AI will actually try to kick our butt. Or heck, if we actually do this on hard mode, Mario, we'll be seriously going to be like losing at that point right there. But if you're good at it, then you probably will like it. But for me, I just can't stand this minigame. Like, it usually felt like, well, almost to the point when the game feels broken. And then, not to mention, if you try to go back, there's no way you can go back because the camera will actually try to let anybody else seems to continue. And not to mention, you will actually not going to actually go back into that previous screen. Ooh. Wait, how much score do we actually lost by? Well, let's just check. I guess it doesn't tell us about this. Yeah, but oh well. I just do not like this minigame at all. It just feels a bit too much for me. Right, we have to finish this video right here. So next time on Let's Play Rio for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3/Nintendo Wii, that's we're about to be doing a Corcovado beach next, which I think that's what the level's actually called. So see you guys next time. Later, fellas. See you guys next time. Yeah, that's what I've already said before.